Okay, so the baby is still here. Alright, so with baby skip, there's a few things you need to be aware of, and I'll be kind of reloading before we even get to doing it. First off, those teeth right there. Pay attention to those teeth. I'm gonna, once it gets closer to them. The teeth that are doing the gnashing, you know, the sharp, pointy things. You see how they open and close? After they close and then open, once they're open is kind of when you want to start your run. That's a good visual cue for that, right? And then this is the lag method that I'm gonna teach. So the lag method makes these jumps easier initially, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna jump and you're gonna fire to get rid of all of that on the ceiling. And you see how the game like lags out, right? Like everything just starts moving slower. This is actually going to make it so much easier for you to get this next jump. There is another method that does not use the lag. You just kind of run, jump, and you go, and then you have to clear all of this out. I feel it's easier to just do that, and then you're going to want to make your first jump after that. So realistically, your second jump, kind of when baby's like the fangs are kind of just getting into the ground, is kind of when you want to jump, right? And then after that, like that's like there's only realistically 3 things I can really teach here: is kind of when to start running, how to make the lag happen, and when you want to do your second jump, right? Like you see he's just starting to go into the ground there, right? And then that's your second jump. And then the last jump is the other thing I can teach. Realistically, what you need to do to get good at baby skip is to just kind of play jump rope with him, right? Like you're gonna have no other option, right? Because this is the meat and potatoes of baby skip right here. You can kind of get visual cues on when to jump too. I tend to kind of jump once his teeth start getting like they're gonna go into the ground a little bit. But if you're too late on that, he's gonna come back and get you. So it's not like it's you really just need a jump rope with the baby, right? And then once you know how this works, right, you just kind of do that for like 20-30 minutes maybe to really get a feel for it, which will start hurting your thumb. Then you can start moving forward, which will be a natural thing to do, right? Like you can like bring baby back, and that's a fun thing to do too, is to try and pull baby back across the screen, and then back towards the seaweed, and that'll really get you into learning how to control baby and how to make these jumps. Right? You just like, oh, hey, we're going this way. Okay, cool. I'm moving forward. I'm shooting out the seaweed. And we're going back now. Oh, back to going forward. Right? So, like, this is kind of what you want to do to learn how baby works. And you see how he's, like, moving in that elliptical pattern, right? And that's kind of really what you want out of the baby, right? Like, he just swings around in an elliptical orbit of you. This last jump is the hardest thing in the world, because you're gonna want to, so here's what you're gonna want to do, right? Like, you're gonna want to get there and you've shot the seaweed, everything's going good, you're on PB pace, you're nervous, you're gonna want to jump right away when you get there is what's gonna happen. But that's what's gonna happen, is you're gonna get grabbed. This is not some, let me go ahead and turn off the beeping, my apologies. What you cannot do is force this strat. It's got a little bit of leeway in the final run up to the seaweed, but not a whole lot. Second jump, I think I'm going too far on it, or I'm just not landing far enough back. So you're on PB pace, oh my god, oh no. What you need to do is you need to be really calm with it. Make sure you get into place and then make your final jump. And as you can see there, I missed it. The problem there was I believe I waited too long. But this final jump, you just kind of gotta get a feel for it. It is something that you do have to hesitate a bit on, but you also don't want to hesitate too much. It's one of those things, you have not a lot of time, but you also have way more time than you think you normally would. So let's go ahead and get this at least once. The problem I'm having there, I believe, is that I am jumping way too soon. Yeah, that was the problem, was that I was jumping way too soon. So, you see there the two differences, is how I was jumping basically immediately when I got there, and then how I hesitated and waited on the jump. And now this is something you can do since you have the good fortune to be watching a video of this, is you can kind of pause and see where the baby's positioned at and where I'm jumping at when I make it, to find out a good visual cue on roundabouts where the baby should be. I admit that can be hard to see when you're in the middle of a run, but eventually it's something you'll see out of the corner of your eye. But there again, so feel free to pause that video and check out when I jumped, compared to the other times when I got